8 o'clock. Magnum one? Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to WAOF1 Round 7 of the season. We are at Paul Ricard Circuit, France. We've got a short qualifying session for you, followed by a sprints race, followed by the usual feature race, 50%. Expecting a really good race tonight. We were expecting a full 20-man grid, but understandably one driver can't make it, and I don't know if he's already watching or not, but just want to give a shout out and say hope everything's okay. So movement. Looks like we're too short. Carsey's there. That's good news because he was having a power nap. So he must have woke up to be there. Not sure who else we're missing though. Where's Oozers? Oh, there he is down the bottom there. Okay. I had the pleasure of driving this lovely track on Wednesday in my realistic league that I drive in, where I get the pleasure, the pleasure, if you can call it that, of driving the Williams. And I have to say, it's a great track. It's a great track. It's usually it provides a really good race. It certainly did on Wednesday, and I hope it does again tonight. Hey, Mr. Whale, boss man. I mean that. I hope it does tonight. I think it will. Hopefully both races, sprint race as well. With Cool by the Pool, he's first out on track. I personally had a very good race here on Wednesday. It's not going to sound good when I tell you how I did, but I qualified 11th, finished 13th. In a realistic Williams in a very, very difficult league, where the fastest drivers are in the fastest cars, so to actually finish anything that isn't bottom 2 in a Williams is actually really good, so it's done properly with contracts and all that sort of thing, so it's really interesting. But anyway, that's not the league we're watching tonight. We're watching WAOF1, and I think it's going to be a good one. So, just waiting for Cool to come round and start his first hot lap of the day. I tell you what, let's go straight on board with him. We may as well do the hilly hot lap. It's only a short session, so let's do the hilly hot lap with Cool by the Pool. So obviously this is the final corner. You want to be coming onto this straight, open up your steering, and just take as much pace down as you can. Obviously open up DRS, and you're going to be coming over to the right hand side ready for turn 1, which is a left hander straight into a right hander. Traction can be difficult, but you have to carry the pace through, so you have to be a bit aggressive through there. Late braking into this one, that's going to invalidate, so let me see if we can pick the lap up with another driver. Who's that driver? That looks like a Williams. Oh, they've already invalidated. That's Dean Bryce. There's a Haas just behind him. Can we pick it up with him? Yes, operator. So he's a bit wide into that corner, but at least he didn't invalidate. Keep it close in on the left-hander. Used the curb on that one. He needs to use a bit of curb there, but then again through the right-hander, you have to be a bit careful. Traction's low, and throw it into the straight. Foot down. Huge long straight that is interrupted by this chicane that's coming up. Keep your car over to the right. Use the curb on the entry. Use the curb on the exit. Get on the power. Be a bit careful again. Traction still low. And we come down the second half of the straight that leads into a flat-out right-hander. Keeping your cars as much to the inside as possible there. Then throw your car into here. Gradually gear down to 5th. Stay in 5th for the exits. Oh, it's gone very wide. Hasn't invalidated, but would have hurt his time. Generally, you want to avoid the inside curb of the left-hander there. Keep it over to the right, into this left. Late braking into it. There's a late apex. Keep the car to the left to open up the steering. Into the right, late apex to open up the steering and take as much pace, as much speed as you can down the home straight. And across the line, and for operator on this occasion, that was a 33.7. So I'm sure he's got a lot of time left in that lap yet. So Sol retires out. Just a quick word on that. He's got a quali ban, so he's not actually crashed. He's just got a quali ban. So what he's done is done a lap to save his setup on the game, and then he'll take no further part. So Wales gone fastest now. 31.2. Down with Dean Bryce at the moment. Hey Mecky, how are you, teammate? Tell you what, Mecky, if you're free on Tuesday nights, you'd be a great driver to add into this league. Some very, very fast guys in here, but I'd hold my own in here with getting reasonable positions, I think, and you're every bit as quick as I am, so... Okay. So Dean into the final corner. Opens it up. Opens up the DRS. And we'll head to the line. It's looking reasonable. 131.8, it's a P4. So, drivers mostly happy just to get times on the board at the moment. And they've got something to sort of aim for the next time they do a lap. go to Gaza. He's just coming out the final corner now as well. This Carsey's gone fastest now on a 30.8. You can expect that time to come down rapidly. 32.1 for Gaza, that puts him into P7. So, just to give you an idea, in the realistic on Wednesday, in the Williams, I managed 32.5 in Q2, which got me 11th place. So that's a realistic Williams, so we know the guys in the equal cars will be able to go faster than that. I can tell you, Carsey's time trial around here, unless he's improved it since I looked, it was 29.6, I believe. Not actually the fastest in the league around here on time trial. I think Reed is. And he's gone P2 at the moment on a 30.8. Yeah, I think Reed's time trial's 29.5, I think. Baz then across the line, 32.8, puts him up to P10 at the moment. Remember, this is effectively the qualifying for the qualifying. So this qualifying session will determine where do we start for the sprint race. In terms of distance for a sprint race, I think it's going to be a 9-lap sprint race. It's usually 33%. In real life, it's 25% of the 100% race, so it's usually 33% of the 50% race, which I believe around here would be 9 laps. Meki, no, this one isn't using realistic. This is equal performance. Hey Glasgow, thank you for joining, buddy. Cool, just come out the final corner now. Yeah, it is 9 and 27, is it, Glasgow? Thank you. Cool. Heads over the line then, 31.9, puts him into P8, just behind his teammate, less than a 10th, which is Glasgow. Baz, not improving, so we'll look elsewhere. That's cool, who's just done a lap. Right, so we've got some people on outlaps, so... Right, so I think Oozers is next across the line to actually start a lap. Oh, hang on, Danny. Is he on a lap at the moment? No. See, yeah, let's go to Oozers. Try to watch the driver if we can. It's already got a time on the board so that we can actually see if they're improving or not. So just about to start. It's hot lap. Just a little heads up for qualifying, the timings are glitching sometimes. Seems to be since they did the last update. So, oh, that's a definite invalidation. Just basically skip the corner. Who else then? I think Snake is on one. So, just missed his sector 1 time, unfortunately, but sector 2 is on the second part of the straight. Oh, okay, Glasgow. So apparently it's saying it's going to be raining in sprint and feature race. It's not going to be something people look forward to. So, through sector 2, Snake's a couple of attempts up. It's a new driver for me is Snake. Not seen him drive before. It's part of V3 F1 now, so... it's not a league I know, but it's a league I've heard of, should I say, so... Looking pretty neat and tidy so far. Should we go on board? I think the camera angles aren't really great for qualifying around here. Oh! Yeah, he's backed out a lap. Oh, he invalidated at the end. Operator's invalidated. So Leary. let's move out the car seat. Yeah, definitely invalidate your lap if you do that. It's definitely not allowed to do that, guys. Let's go to Reed then. Didn't tell me his first split time, so. Oh, he's round. That's see, that's just one of the curves. There's so many of those around here that will just the slightest little bit of slightest little bit too much throttle input or steering input, and it will just spin you around. It's not very forgiving at all. So in a way, well, I think he's on an in lap. Racing J. Then let's have a little get on the throttle. Baz is out, and Racer J goes fastest, 30.6, and Carsey is invalidated again. No, not improving. Freeman's invalidated. Glasgow invalidated. Cool. But the reason I really like this track is it's so... Just going to invalidate that one. That corner is such a pain. It's kind of blind, the entrance to it, so... It's so easy to invalidate right there. Gaza improving at the moment. But yeah, part of the reason I like this track quite a bit is it's just so free-flowing from corner to corner. It works really well, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it, though, so... Nearly 3/10 improvement for Gaza, up into P8. Liam, 10.5 down through sector 2. Bit wide through there. It's looking like he... Oh, he's going to end up in the pits. Okay, fair enough. No improvement from Arsehole. And I understand there's a few people out there like it when I have to say that name, by the way. So I've been told. Jay on the lap? No, I don't think anybody's on a lap. Well, who's about to start a lap then? In that case, oh, wouldn't you know it? Both our outlappers are really early on in their laps, so. Oh, somebody get a lap on. Just so you guys watching, so the way this will work tonight, so we'll have a quick 3-minute break after the short qualifying session before the sprint race, and then after the sprint race it'll be the usual 5-minute break before the main feature race. Yeah, all good, thank you, users. Hope you are too, buddy. Where are you in a moment? P13. P13, but it's really... Well, a couple of drivers ahead of you, very close. So then, snake across the line to start his next flying lap. Oh, very nice from Snake, and he's already half a second up just in sets of 1. Just goes to show that first sector, if it looks smooth, then it's probably quick. Because that's what that looked like then. Very smooth from Snake. Comes through the chicane in the middle of the straight, heads up to the end of sector 2. He's now 6.5 attempts up. So he's aiming for 32.9 at the moment. Which is, well, if he kept the same gap, he'd go just ahead of Oozers. If he finds any more at all, then he's going to go ahead of Baz. Opens up the DRS, and it's a 31.8, and goes P7. He's improved by 1.7 seconds. That's a huge improvement. It's a very nice lap from Snake. So clearly the previous lap must have had some sort of mistake on it. Liam just starting his lap. Just aware we're getting a bit later in the session now. I'm not going to get to that car that's about to cross the line. Didn't see anybody suddenly jump up. Oh, it's cool. He was on an out lap. Okay, so that's fine. We got next. Arsehole. He's not improving. See, this is what I mean. So it's glitching at the moment because these guys are on out laps. They're not actually on hot laps, but it's not showing that on the left-hand side. So it's just something that seems to have started. Oh, it's Rico's fastest. Oh, Carsey takes it off him by less than 1/10 of a second. So Reed went fastest, 30.4. Carsey then went fastest on a 30.3. Racing J and P3 on a 30.6 at the moment. How's Mr. Well doing? No, he's into the pits, not improving. Danny. He's round. Oh, he spun it, and he was up. He was 4.5 attempts up in the first sector. Anybody else? Is this Freeman? He looks like he's on a good lap. Heads to the line. 1:31.1. That moves him up to P6. It's an Alfa Romeo. That's cool by the pool. He's going to be next over the line. And he's 31.3. That puts him up to P7. Nice job there. Dean Bryce will be next in the Williams. His teammate currently finished in P10. Sitting in P8 is Dean. Can he get any further up? It's 1:31. Nope, doesn't improve. 5 thousandths of a second down. Oh, and that's the end of qualifying. So, that's Gaza, P10. Seems to be consistently qualifying around there, but he always seems to move up in the races, so I hope I haven't just cursed him. There we go. Well, it's nice and tight anyway, guys. Look at that car seat. Just 88 thousandths of a second ahead of Reed, who we knew from the time trial is quick around here. So, I think both of them might be a little bit disappointed on the distance they are away from their time trials. Having said that, if they are expecting rain, they may not have set up with a full dry setup. It could be sort of aimed towards the rain. So anyway, Racing J third, Well fourth, Danny fifth, Freeman sixth, Cool seventh, Dean eighth, Snake ninth, Gaza 10th, Glasgow 11, Operator 12, Liam 13, Baz 14, Oozers 15, Arsehole 16, Leary 17, and So, of course, who had a qualifying ban. We'll start from the back. So, as I say, guys, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break, so I'm just going to quickly nip off and get myself a coffee, and I'll be back, and we'll go on to the sprint race for 9 laps of fun. Right, I'm back, and shouldn't be long now. We'll start down to the countdown to the sprint race. Hello, Grezza. Thanks for joining, mate. Looking forward to this. Nice close qualifying. It's nice to not see Carsey and Reed too far out in front. A few temps. That's doable for the drivers behind. I agreed, actually, with something. Who said it earlier on? Was it Danny, I think, said in the Discord that if you're within 3 temps of someone on the time trial, then you've got a genuine chance of beating them in any race you do with them. So, obviously they've got a slight pace advantage, but that can be nullified through DRS and things. So, I think that was a pretty good analogy, to be fair. Right, oh, what's that Glasgow saying now? Rain at the end of sprint. Okay. Fun. Now, I don't know if Well paid any attention to me earlier on, Glasgow. Has he got it on accurate weather or approximate? So is it showing percentages? If it shows percentages chance of rain, then it's approximate. But I have found out that because there is a weather glitch at the moment, where it's said it's going to be tipping down with rain, and then it's dry, or vice versa. And I have learned that if you put the weather on approximate instead of accurate, it stops the glitch. So I think until they patch it, it's probably best for leagues to use approximate. I think approximate's better anyway. You know, if it's showing a percentage of something like, let's just throw it out there, say 46% chance of rain, you've really got to, you know, take a risk on your setup. Do you just go full dry? I think most people would just go full dry, but, you know, some people might not, and they might take a risk. Well, sprint race, everybody starting on medium tyres. Nobody chose the softs. I'll be honest, from what I've experienced so far, the softs tend to be a pretty good shape for the sprint races, but I must admit, the tyre wear around here at France is pretty high, isn't it? So perhaps that's why not. The sprint races I've commentated so far, usually, well, I think every one, somebody who started on softs gained places. Saw Mark do it earlier in the season in WAOF1, didn't we? He just, oh no, that was different, wasn't it? It was wet weather, so he gambled on intermediates, I think, or full wets, I can't remember which. So then, going round, line up. Not sure, okay, no worries, mate. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Come on. Oh, quickly, how many do you think's going to get disqualified for not hitting their grid slot properly? I'm going to say 3. Have your own little guesses. Ah, Carsey got away with that. He looked like he stopped then. That should have been a disqualified. None of them. Absolutely none. There's still a few parking. Oh, there we go. Snake's disqualified. Leary's disqualified. It's going to be 2. Just the 2. That's 1-8. Here we go. All lights on and away to go. Carsey seemed to fly off the line then. The Red Bull behind him as well. Look at Racing J start. Every single week he does this. I don't know how he does it. Racing J straight up to P1. I think Hoosers has added a mishap. He has. He's down to the back. Glasgow as well. There's a McLaren there as well. Liam Ash. Oh, and a Mercedes. That's Baz. There's a few. To be honest, it wouldn't be France if we didn't have a little mishap at the start. Probably be one as well in the feature race as well. Racing J, what a start. Sol, look at Sol. He's up to P9, he started last. He's up 9 places already, Sol. He's already right on the back of Gaza as well. But let's just nip down a little bit. This looks like a move here. This is Freeman up the inside of Rocket Reed. He's having a little look back, but that's door will close. Oh, that was a car around there. That was Danny. The usual thing that's happened there. Usually that means he's caught the inside curb. Obviously the cars are all very close, so it could be an incident, but probably caught the inside curb on the left-hander. As Reed is getting a tow along from Freeman. Not going to get it this time. But you feel with Freeman outside the DRS zone. What just came up then? Did somebody just leave the session? Just going to have a quick shuffle through, guys, to see if any of the cars are ghosted. I thought I saw something come up at the bottom of the screen. No, seems alright. Okay, that's fine. I'll just give a little shout out as well, actually. If Rocket Reed. If Reed's family or friends are watching, hello, I'm Mark Hilly. He's told me all about you. And thank you for watching each week. Really appreciate it. Cool by the Pools had an incident at the chicane. He's dropped down to P15. Don't think he was the only one. Danny's back right down to the back now as well. Let's a little look. I'm gonna get back to Rocket Reed because he's dropping down. This Dean's dropped down there. He's just fallen off a little bit, hasn't he? But right, so DRS is now active, guys. So obviously they didn't have it on the home straight because the activation's before the start-finish line. But they will have it on the main, the long straight. So this should be a really good opportunity for Reed. I'll tell you what, though, Freeman has been showing some outstanding pace in recent races. Was it Mexico, I think, really stood out for him, if I remember rightly. Here we go, let's go on board. As you can see, the DRS doing its job, and Reed consolidates into P4. He will now get after his teammate, Mr. Whale. Oh, but Freeman's coming back at him. Yeah, Reed did go a little bit deep into the first part of the chicane, which would have compromised his exit in the second part. Oh, that's... I was going to say that's ambitious, but that's brilliant racing from the pair of them. Freeman's going to overshoot that, and Freeman's going to come back again. What a battle we're being treated to here. No Reed, but look, Freeman's already looking for the cutback. He'll have DRS, but he did get a little bit wobbly out of the... Oh, in fact, no, Reed's got the DRS. So, Freeman did get a little bit wobbly out of the exit, didn't he, on the final corner. But what a great battle they've just treated us to. And it may not be over yet. Darcy just closing in slightly on Racing J now. Still in lap 4 of this sprint race. So much happening already. It's Glasgow, the latest to pick up a penalty. 5 drivers with penalties now. We'll look at those a bit closer to the end. I think this time, I think Freeman's a bit far back, so it does look like Reed has consolidated that now. And with Freeman having a penalty as well, it looks certain really. Let's just nip down here. So Dean Bryce currently on the back of Snake, with Arsehole just in front. It's the two AlphaTauris in P8 and P9, so there won't be in any rush to fight each other. More interested in holding Dean off at the moment. He's driving nicely. Certainly the man of the sprint race so far is Sol, up 11 places. The driver of the sprint race, I should say, shouldn't I? Apologies. Oh, and the yellow flag there is Oozers. I think he's back going again. I don't think there's any worries. But, yeah, he don't seem to have any damage, so we can continue on. Don't forget, you can, just like in the main feature race, you can certainly have safety cars in the sprint races as well, if they were to occur. It's a little bit of a shame that we've got 18 on the grid. I'm not sure who the one who was signed up that hasn't turned up. We knew that Moomin couldn't make it, and that was a late call. But I'm sure somebody else hasn't attended when they said they would, unless they've messaged Whale or Oozers, of course, personally. But I'm just thinking it's a shame because obviously there are reserves looking for seats, so known earlier we could obviously get reserve in. So I know in Moomin's circumstance that can't be helped, but I don't know. So I don't know who the other one is. Oh, it's just come up. Liam Ash has left the session. It looked like somebody else did just before him as well. Invite to him. Just have a little scroll down. Yeah, see, you can see his car's ghosted. You can see through the car. That tells me he's lost connection. That's why I've invited him back. So, oh, there's one. Must be Gaza. I thought I saw somebody else come up. Ah, don't join him. Right, invite sent to both drivers. Hopefully they can get back in. So, let's go to car seat. So far, Racing J has managed to fight him off for what's nearly 6 laps. That red light flashing on the Red Bull will be something that Carcy is very happy to see. Just fell off a bit, didn't he? Didn't have a great exit there, Carcy. Just fell off a little bit. But Reed is almost within DRS reach of his teammate Whale. That would be an interesting one just to see what they do. Would Whale cede that position to his slightly faster teammate, it's got to be said. It's not as if Reed's flying up onto the back of him, so clearly Whale's got good pace. But just watch that down to here. But again, I don't know why, but Carsy's just seems to be falling off of Racing J on the corner exits. It's just allowing Racing J to defend a bit easier. So Danny picks up a penalty. Is that in round as well? No, somebody else. I'm not sure who that was. May well have been cool, but I'm not sure on that. Back to Dean. It's Dean Bryce, sorry. Trying to get past Snake. But he has got past Corporal Arsehole, hasn't he? But that seems to be the other way around. I'm sure Arsehole was the AlphaTauri that was in front earlier. So they must have switched round and he's lost the place to Dean. Sets a free yellow. That's a Haas. It was Operator this time. So it's both Haas at some point in the sprint race have had spins. And they're running 13 and 15 at the moment. So we cross the line to start lap 8. This short 9-lap race. You can see, can't you? Dean's really putting Snake under pressure here. You would think that the light's already flashing on Snake's car. He should be a sitting duck on the straight. He's out of DRS range of Soul. Only just, but he is. It could just be a bit difficult because that right-hander before the straight, the lead car always seems to get away a bit, you know, as they hit the throttle a little bit earlier. It always seems to be that little bit too much. No driver should be worrying about their tyres at this point because his Operator, I think, has had another spin. And he drops to the back now. Promoting our Oozers up to P17. I'll be honest, for Oozers and Operator, it may not be the worst thing to be down there at the back because as the McLaren switch places there, Liam moving ahead of Leary. Just saying, it might not be the worst thing for him to be down at the back because turn 1, as we saw at the start of this race, can be a bit of an issue. I'm trying to see who's that? It was Racing J. Oh, he's been round at turn 1. Luckily, he's managed to recover it, still in P2. It's going to give Carsey the pole position, but well, after his start Racing J, he'd be pretty confident of taking the lead again into turn 1, wouldn't he? Here's another man that's done an absolutely grand job at 5 places. Oh no, Freeman! Oh, some last lap drama. Oh, he's done well as well up till there. He's gonna get back. He's gonna be vulnerable to this McLaren. Looks to the inside of McLaren, but the Red Bull's back up to pace by then. And let's take a look at this one. This is called by Paul on the back of Baz. Look how quick he's catching him. Baz, use your energy. It's the last lap. Lights flashing, so he ain't got no energy. There's Carsey. My apologies, but Carsey. Oh, that was Oozers. Carsey takes pole position. Racing J P2. Rocket Reed P3. So the Alpines did switch round. WAO P4. Gaza P5. Splendid job. Snake, brilliant drive in P6. Soul. Oh, he drops down because of penalties. So actually, maybe that's why the AlphaTauri switched round. Corporal Arsehole was promoted up to 6th, being penalty free. Snake drops to 7th. Soul drops to 8th. Automatically, actually making Corporal Arsehole our driver of the day for the sprint race. 10 gained places. In a way, Dean 9, Danny 10, Glasgow 11, good recovery. Liam in P12, Freeman 13, Leary 14, Baz is 15, Cool by the Pool 16. Operators just going to come across line now for 17. And Oozers will finish us off in P18. But as I said, may not be the worst thing. Oh, actually, There was a penalty change there at the end. Oozers was promoted to 17th ahead of Operator. So, as I said, it may not be the worst thing in the world for him to be starting at the back. So I started here at 11th on Wednesday. I have to say I was a bit worried because just be a bit set. Well, turn one, turn two, turn three. Basically, the first sector here is a bit awkward because all the cars are so close together and it's not a lot of room. So as you see, a lot of penalties picked up in just a sprint race. So we'll see how many we get in a full race. But nice to see all 18 drivers get across the line and finish the race. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see that again in the feature race. But we'll wait and see. I would love to go to race director for the instance for you, Mr. Whale, but unfortunately, when you press race director on a sprint race, it's actually the resume button, so you don't get to see the you don't get to see that. Hey, Joker. Hello, mate. Sorry if that's been there a little while. I was left my phone on the table while I was chatting away. Right then, guys. So I as I said, we're now going to take a 5-minute break before the actual feature race. We'll see if it's raining. Expected. Oh, it is. It's raining. Oh dear. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether that's intermediate or full. I would say that's intermediate weather. It looks pretty heavy, the rain, but I can't see any puddles. So I think it's intermediate, although in Fatal Defiance's garage, you can see some wet tyres out, but they're out the blankets, so not sure. We'll have to wait and see, but should be interesting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take my quick break as well. We'll be back with you for the full feature race, 50%, and it should be a good one. It's going to be interesting. Who's got dry setups on? I got a feeling it might be one that goes dry before the end, but we'll see. I'll be back in a bit. Right, guys, the countdown started. I'm just going to quickly change my controller battery, so I'll just go quiet a second. Right, okay. Eyes back. So, what we got then? Yes, green rim tyres, so it's intermediates. We'll just confirm that. But that is what I thought. Oh, Snake and Dean have managed to have a little contact or something, and they've both been disqualified. So they're going to lose the advantage of heating their tyres up a bit on the formation lap. Right. Predicted stop strategy is a one stop for Inters. Ignore the two stop. You will not see. The only reason somebody a two stop is if they have a first lap incident and they have to end up doing a two stop. But hopefully that won't happen to anyone. And, so, Fatal Defiance starting from the back. I see, that was the other driver, but he's joined late, so we are up to 19 drivers. Excellent news. Welcome, Fatal. Best of luck. So can you believe Sol, who had a qualifying ban, so wasn't allowed to take part in the short qualifying, is starting from 8th on the grid. What a performance. I don't really do driver in the day for a sprint race, but I did say that I would give it to Corporal Arsehole because he was up 10 places. Sol was also up 10 places, but Arsehole had remained penalty free, whereas Sol didn't. So I think that just about took it for me. And what we saw in the sprint race was Racing J absolutely fly off the line from third up to first before turn 1. And I promise you this, if there is one man on this grid that is really happy that it's raining, it's Racing J. The guy is lightning in the wet. So people will be surprised about this when you got the likes of Carsey and Reed, as well as several others on the grid. People may be surprised when I say that for me, Racing J is the pre-race favourite here. Bear in mind, I'm saying that even though I've never seen Carsey drive in the rain, so he's a little bit damp, Joker. Just a little bit. Usually when it starts intermediates, it means it's going to dry up though, doesn't it? So hopefully it won't be too long, but it is raining a bit at the moment. Just a heads up for you guys watching, I'm just popping my phone on charge for 10 minutes or so. Right, I've just unplugged and replugged back in League Racing. I don't know. Yeah, I can hear myself. I hope I haven't been like that since the start of the race and nobody's told me. Oh dear. Chatting away for the last 8 laps. 7 laps, whatever. Well, everybody into the pits. What tires are they going on to? Oh! They're going on to slicks. Is this everybody? Leary hasn't. He's gone to fresh inters. It is early. It's too early for slicks yet. But I guess the point is, when will it dry up? What's that? Liam is having really bad issues with lag on that McLaren this evening. But well, it's not too bad. It's not undrivable against. You can bear with that. But in a way, well, Whale and Soul have gone to the hards. Oh, Soul's round on the hards. It's way too wet for slick tyres. It really is. I'm a fan of bravery and people giving it a go, but I think they've acted too early on this occasion. The safety car is going to be out a while, don't get me wrong, it could change. So, yeah, League Racing. Yeah, it's a shame, mate. I've not gone into all of it yet, but I know some things have been said. I've had messages and stuff, but because I'm doing this, I haven't read any of it yet. So. Oh, unlucky Freeman. Just messaging in the Discord saying he knew he'd do bad today because he won here in pre-season. It was a bad omen. Victory was a bad omen. It's Glasgow. He's up to for the hards as well. Well, it's a gamble. And the fact that it is gonna be the safety car, I think, is gonna go the distance that it possibly can. Oh goodness me! Look at that McLaren lagging. There's Liam Ash. He doesn't usually have issues like that, Liam. So I'm not sure why it's like that for him. Actually, I think my mic muted. I changed. Well, when did I change my batteries? That would have been between quali and race, so it's before the race start, which means I probably have been muted since the start of the race until I just saw your message. Oh well, nobody knows the clever, intelligent things I said. Right, in a way, who are we waiting for? Soul's next to catch up. The last to catch up will be... Well, everybody's still on the lead lap, so Operator will be last to catch up. He's gone to medium tyres, that's a bit optimistic. And Danny as well. That's a bit optimistic to take those to the end. Well, I'm guessing the back two, make that the back three, Operator, Coolbetterpool and Glasgow, as they've all opted to go to slicks. I can't imagine they're going to be in any particular rush to catch up to the safety car. See now if anybody else, I think somebody is pitting. Either that or they went very wide. I think they might have just gone very, very wide. They did. It was that Mercedes, so it was Baz. He must have just ran very wide in the corner that made it look like he was going into the pits. It's clearly drying. You can actually see it on track now, can't you? See a racing line appearing. Oh, Reed! Reed's picked up 3 seconds under safety car. It's so annoying when you do that. He kick himself there. If you're going to pick up a 3-second penalty, you at least want to be cutting a corner and gaining an advantage from doing it. But, so far then, sprint race, no retirements, no safety cars. The feature race, just the one retirement for Freeman, which was unfortunate, but it did cause a safety car. I haven't, apart from turn 1 on both sprint race and full race, they're the only instance I've seen. I haven't seen any other instance between drivers. It's not to say there haven't been any, they just haven't been caught on stream. It's a few spins here and there as well, but that's to be expected, especially in these conditions. So, did that just come up then? Yes, safety car in this lap. So, who's caught by the pool has pitted again. And he is going to be absolutely miles behind. You've got to count your laps, sir. The safety car will only do so many laps. It won't stay out just waiting for everyone to catch up. It will do 3... Well, I'm sure it's 3 laps. It's the maximum it will do this season. I think it was 4 last season on 21. I could be making that up. But, Glasgow and Operator are going to get round absolutely fine. And... Gaza, where's Gaza? Gaza's gone on to fresh inters. So he clearly, definitely feels this track's still too wet. What's happened to our soul? He spun it round, but anyway, we're back racing. Let's go to the front, guys. The slick tyre. 2 of the slick tyre guys are back into the pits. Sol and Danny have gone, oh my word, what have we done? Wales sticking with it. Yeah, Sol's gone back to a fresh set of inters. And so's Danny. And look at Wales dropping down. It is too wet. Now, it's too wet. But if it did dry... Oh, and there's a bit of contact there between Liam Ash and was it Corporal Arsehole? I think it was, yeah. Unfortunate, it was just a little tag from behind. No intent. There wouldn't have been. I know Liam, he wouldn't have intended to do that at all. He's a good lad. It's just unfortunate. Now, the only way this works out for a while now is if this circuit is dry in the next lap. Dry enough. So, how's Gaza got back up to P9? How did that happen? Goodness me. Oozers has just gotten up to P12. He's back in this now. As I said, clearly the slick drivers, the ones that have opted for slicks, are struggling like mad at the moment. Look how much more grip Liam's got there. And that was Oozers, who will take great pleasure in the fact that I've just got him passing Whale on stream. He's well going to bail it and go into the pits. No, he's sticking with it. It should dry up. There's no rain. It's not raining. That's why you can't give up on it, I guess, because it's definitely going to dry. Gradually, slip drivers are dropping further and further down. I mean, Danny's already caught them. He pitted, if you remember, at the end of the safety car to go back to inters, and he's already caught them. It's not because Danny is super fast, which he is. It's because he's on the right tyre. Arsehole got ahead of Arsehole there. It's P13. Battle going on here. Snake gets a 5-second penalty. Right, intermediate guys are coming in. Right, the turnaround is happening. Now, where is Whale? Oh, he's a way back. He's a way back, but he's not that far back. Where did he pit from? I'm trying to remember where he was. Was it P4? Right, Snake is back out on track. Okay. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. He has lost a place to Dean Bryce, I believe. I believe Whale was ahead of Dean before his pit stop, so he's lost that place. There's other potentials, but this track is drying out. These guys are pitted on the right lap. Look, DRS is enabled. They've pitted right lap, and it's completely swung the other way. So the guys on Inters now are going to suffer. Probably not as badly as the slick guys were, but still going to suffer a bit. And I think when all this thrashes out, well, it's going to be close, but Snake might take the lead of this race. It's going to be close. I believe the pit stop here. Well, in comes the two leaders. No, okay. Snake's not going to get ahead of Racing J or Car C. Those two are going to get out, still in the lead. Barely, mind. Barely. Look where they are. So they have, but only just. And I'd say, but Rocket Reed's carried on intermediates. I'm not sure why he's opted for that, but well, everybody in now, and ideally, if you've got fresh mediums, it's just about the perfect amount of laps for mediums, really. So that's where you want to be going to. Doesn't really matter if you're ended up on hards, it's not too bad. So it's not too bad for Well. It looked for a bit like it's going to get really bad for him, but when all's said and done, he's P6, and there is still one intermediate guy left to pit, which is Reed, and he is absolutely hemorrhaging time now. So let's just go to leader. As it stands, he will drop to P6, Reed, behind Well. So, oh, he's carrying on again. What's he doing? I don't think Alpine's realised that the track's dry. Well, they got one of their drivers on 6, but not the other. Surely he's not going to try and push those Inters out to the end. He's losing too much time. If he'd have pitted there, he would at least he would have come out in 6th behind Whale and not far behind him. But now he's going to drop even further. Or at least by the end of the lap, he's going to be dropping further behind Glasgow and Operator. Shout out to Operator, by the way. Had a miserable start to the race, and now he's back up into P8. Fair play to him. He's having a right look at Glasgow here as well. DRS enabled, remember, so this could well be an overtake. To break the toe there, Glasgow, but the DRS was enough. taking the first part of the corner too well there, Operator, but it looks like he's got the move done. And up into P7. Bear in mind, he's gone to the mediums, so he's got superiority at the moment tyre-wise. Glasgow could well come back at him later on as the hards begin to get stronger. Right, finally, Reed is in. But the gap to Racing J, if he'd have pitted that first lap after, was still about 12 seconds. It came right the way down to 2. On-go medium tyres to take him to the end. Unless that was what he was thinking, that he was going to try and hold the inters out until he could put some softs on. But that would still be another 2 or 3 laps. So there's no way. So Operator does get through. Fatal. Don't think he's quite going to get through. Not sure how Fatal's fallen that far behind Operator already. But, Operator's flight. Well, Operator's flight. Oh, he spun. Oh, he's away. What is it with all these wanna buy viewers? Wanna become famous? Buy viewers. Go away. Delete message. Oh well, can't load that one. I can't get rid of the other one. Don't let me. It says error while loading user. Please try again. Oh well. Never mind. So let's put up with that one. Right then. So what's happening? Racing J still leads the race. He's got just over a second to Carsey, but he has a penalty. So if Carsey keeps this penalty free, you'd imagine he will end up winning the race. Dean, absolutely fantastic drive from him so far in P4. Who's that? That must be Corporal Arsehole. What's happened to Gaza? Gaza's down to 17th. I've completely missed that, guys. But I don't know what's happened to him at all, because he was back up in the top 10 not so long ago. If anybody saw that. Oh, hang on, I've got it on. I mean, well, it still remains. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but I forgot I had it on leader rather than interval, so he must have, I don't know, must have picked up damage or something and he had to pit. Let's go to Reed. He's got DRS on the back of Fatal Defiance. He's not going to get the move done that time. Can he get a better exit through the second part of the chicane? Brings it out, can try and pick up the toe. How far Fatal Defiance got away from him? If that's the case, Fatal Defiance is running that low wings. Well, oh wow. Tell you what, it's a lunge, but he did it pretty well. He did run a bit wide on the exit. And Fatal is going to get back ahead. But I think we've got a case here of one driver running very low wings, the other running very high. But as soon as he comes out of the toe... Oh dear. And I think that's going to be a steward's inquiry on that one. So, as we were just watching that... Oh, Racing Jace, that is... Oh, it's like the sprint race all over again. Spun it out the chicane. Just as we were watching what happened between Reed and Defiance. Carsey takes the lead of the race after Racing J spins. Dean Bryce gets ahead of Snake into P2. And now Operator, who had done such a great job, is spun as well. Lots of spins going on. It's a position change there between Sol and Oozers. Oh, Oozers getting swamped here. Oh, and there's contact between him and Danny. You could kind of see that coming, couldn't you? Oozers was getting swamped. Afraid that can happen sometimes. When a driver gets swamped like that, it becomes very difficult for them. So I think sometimes no blame at all. Not one iota of blame on Danny at all. But from my eyes, there, okay, we only saw a glimpse of it really. But I just think sometimes you've got to hold back, just because driver starts to get swamped, they can get a bit nervous, a bit tetchy. So of course, it's in the heat of the moment, and you see a chance, so you go for it. I do seem to remember one famous driver saying that if you don't go for the gap anymore, you're no longer a racing driver. This Fatal Defiance trying to get back past Leary. At least if Fatal could get back past Leary, well, he's going to get him on penalties in a way. But at least if Fatal gets that position, he's back into the place where he would have been if Rocket had just got past him cleanly. So that would be a consolation of sorts. So obviously Fatal would still say yeah, but obviously Reed had penalties as well, so he'd have had to have created the gap, so it wasn't just about that. But anyway, I say that's one. But it's for the stewards anyway. I don't make any decisions on these things unless it goes to appeal. Then I might. Danny gets the place back. I'll stick with this for the moment, though. It's an interesting one. Yeah, Joker. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, we've had some close. You should have. I don't know if you got in time, Joker, for the sprint race, but my God, we got treated some great racing in that. We've had some through the race as well, but well, a little touch there, but that was a little bit. Leary was just edging over to the side of the track. I think it was only a little kiss in a way. Didn't do any. Wasn't no issues. Fatal gets that place. So Fatal 7.5 seconds behind Reed. As I say, don't like to look at the penalties until sort of 2 to 3 laps to go. And this is Cool by the Pool now on the back of Baz the Ninja. As you can see, Baz has got DRS just about off of Sol. But Sol's got it off of Leary, who in turn's got it off of Fatal. So proper DRS train got going on here. Well, he's going to go to the out. He's not really going to be there, is he? He's not really side by side. Breaks later, but the gap will just disappear because Baz has to take his line into the turn 2. So wisely, I think, getting out the way of that on cool. As his teammate spun. It's Glasgow. He's pitted for fresh softs as well, so maybe let's see if we can have a go at the fastest lap, perhaps. Sol gets past Leary. It's P9. And Baz gets past Cool by the Pool for P10. Or defends it, should I say. Defends P10. These guys, be a bit careful. They've got Danny after him now, who's got past oozers. And we're going into that territory. Well, certainly in Cool by the Pool's case, who's on 11 lap old mediums. Danny's hards are going to be better than those mediums now. Nice. It's been a good race again. Thoroughly enjoying it. I hope you guys are. It's lovely to see racing like this. Okay, yeah. There has been a few contacts through the actual feature race. But, I do urge you, if you didn't see the sprint race, I really do urge you to go back and watch that. There was some incredible racing going on. Right, so yeah, let's go on board. Right, didn't look. Yeah, so Baz didn't get DRS this time. He's going to run out of room here, Cool. He's going to have to hold on, but it's allowed him to catch up. He might get a better exit here. Oh, he ain't got no energy, see. It's what happens when you use your ERS up too early. An opportunity would have been there if you had ERS. You really do need to look after your ERS. Like, so important. Oh, Danny's just appeared from absolutely nowhere. And through he goes for P11. Somebody had a spin and dropped down then, but I didn't see who it was. Right. We have a perfect view of this, aren't we? They're both going to get through here. Unlucky for Baz, but there's nothing he can do. He's just got to be careful not to break into the back of Danny. And Baz will take that back. Thank you very much. He picks up a penalty. Danny's fought his way back into the points, though, impressively. And you would think he's going to get pretty much a drive-by here. Norris opens up. There's nothing that Leary can do here. Just going to say, okay, you got me. I fell back in behind. Still in the points. So concentrate on defending behind you now. Danny now back up to P9. He's after Fatal next. He's on the back of Sol. Operators into the pits. I think that is a pit stop to try and have a go at fastest lap. Kind of might as well. Head to the final corner then. So Fatal will use this just as a way of getting onto the back, hopefully, of Sol. Doesn't seem to be catching him at all, does he there? Odd. Oh, Sol gets out of shape in turn 2. It's allowed Fatal just to catch slightly. Right, left, right again. Set to 1, that's behind us. It's an Alfa Romeo, and I believe that's Cool by the Pool. Just dropped down to P14. Fatal just seems like he's having a bit of trouble sticking close enough out of the corners, doesn't he? To get a move done. But remember, he is penalty free, Fatal, so he's effectively got that position in a way. Which it's good because I think without the contact that he had with Reed, I think that is probably where he would have finished P7, so the fact that you get that back is a good thing. Right, let's have a quick look at the penalties then. It is time. So the top two both have 3 seconds. Dean Bryce, penalty free, but unfortunately it's not going to game in anything on this occasion. Snake, 14 seconds. Incredibly, only going to drop the 1 place to Whale. And who has 3 seconds, by the way. And Reed, 8 seconds. Soul, 9 seconds. So he's going to drop quite considerably, actually. Soul, you might actually drop down behind Oozers. Or no, because Oozers got a penalty, so he won't. He'll probably drop to P11 or P10. So there we have it. It's the main ones in a way. Danny's here as well, look. I just wanted to let you know. Danny's arrived. Technically, Danny doesn't need to make any move here. He will, if the opportunity arises. Personally, if I was Fatal, I'd just say, look, you carry on, lad. You're very quick, and I'm going to get past you on penalties in a way, so you just crack on. Look at the cut back that Danny's done there. It's going to give him the run, look. Probably got a better view from Fatal, actually. And it's the sector 3 yellow. It's in the Alfa Romeo again. I think it's called by the pool again. Yeah, it is. Okay, now Fatal actually wants to get past, so he'll know that Danny's only got 3 seconds, and he's already 2 seconds up the road. Oh, what a nightmare for him. Unlucky. Carsey, I've got to go to the leader, guys, because Carsey, although we've not seen the leaders very much throughout the race, he is going to take the victory. Unlucky for Racing J on the spin, but still a very, very well-earned P2. Dean Bryce is my driver today. And he's up 6 places for the race, but that doesn't sell everything. He's also penalty free and outstanding race. Whale P4, great result for him in Alpine. Snake P5, brilliant debut from him, very impressed. Really enjoyed watching Snake. And Reed is going to come across the line P6. Danny will cross the line P7. He has got that gap to... Oh no, what's happened to Fatal? So across the line. Oh, I hope that wasn't a crash for Fatal with another driver. Well, thank goodness Fatal jumps all the way back up to P8 regardless. It may have hurt a bit if he didn't, but he has. So Fatal P8, Soul P9, Oozers, you legend, you. Oozers has picked up a P10, despite at one point of the race looking down and out. Baz P11, Leary P12, Arzo in P13, Liam P14, Cool coming across the line now for 15. Gaz is going to cross the line for 6. Oh, it's ghosted. Gaz up. Is that what happened to him? Did he lose connection and I missed it? Right, out comes Carsey to celebrate his third victory of the season. The only driver to have won more than one race. Certainly climbing those standings now, showing his class. But, I think he'd be the first to admit that Racing J's given him an absolutely superb race today. I can't wait to speak to the pair of them, actually. I'll get them in just a second. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, Gaza, I'm sorry, man. You had your ups and downs in that race, but you was right back in it, and then all of a sudden I saw you were down, so I don't know what was going on. Right, just a second. Right, race results. Let me just scroll through those. So they're there for well and oozers. Fastest lap, by the way, went to Racing J with 1:33.540, so that's something else he's got. I'm going to invite the guys to a party. Dean Bryce, you would be over the moon. Or Dean, absolutely over the moon. And I'll tell you what, oozers, you were right. Scottish on the podium. I'll add incidents. Let me just scroll through those. So many, but I bet 90% of these are corner cutting or exceeding. Well, you can see it, can't you? Going down. There we go. So those going through in case the stewards need them. And just to confirm that is... Oh, it's gone now anyway. Right then, who joined then? Got Garcia and Dean. And there's Racing J. Excellent. Right, guys. If you can include your audio, please. Yep. Yeah, you have. Awesome. That is incredible. Well done for noticing. Why has Racing J just left the party? Come back. Well, we
Said
did.
he was connecting for ages, so I think something went wrong.
Let me try again then.
Yeah, try to invite him again.
He just messaged me. What did he message? He asked for another invite. There we go. That seems to be quicker. You with us, Racing J? Cool. Are you have you included your audio? Awesome. Right then, guys, we'll do the traditional this week and go from P3. So, Dean, awesome race, buddy. Stay penalty free, and you deserve that podium 100%. You're my driver of the day as well, so you'll get a bonus point for that. Absolutely brilliant race. It had its little hectic moments, but you enjoy that one? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right about Reed. The next time he went round the pits after everybody else had pitted, he was still about 12 seconds ahead. So, and then when he finally pitted, I think Racing J caught him up to about 2.5 seconds or something, 2.5, 3 seconds. So, yeah, I think you're right. He could have been higher up and fighting you guys, but yeah, but he still did well. He drove well in a way. But yeah, it's great for the podium. Just a note for you on your teammate Dean. Unfortunately, he had some wheel issues, glitches going on. So it was looking great for a double scoring point, double points day. But well, it still was because he scored in the sprint race. But yeah, yeah, totally. So yeah, fair play, man. Racing J, first of all, congratulations on P2. Um, I know it's not the result you'd have wanted to come because you've easily led the most laps right the both races. So I know it's probably not the result you'd have liked. On the other hand, I get a feeling that if you'd have told at the start of the day you'd have been P2, you probably would have taken it. So um, how did you feel about it? 'Cause it felt like a carbon copy. You had a little spin in both of them. Yeah, I mean, when you did spin in the main race there, Carsey was still penalty free at that point, so I guess you thought he was probably going to get you on penalties in a way. Um, but obviously, he did pick one up a bit later on, but maybe that's because he had the clean air. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I called you the pre-race favourite as well as soon as I saw it was raining, and you didn't let me down in the wet, man. To be fair, you were very very good in the wet. So anyway, we'll come to our race winner then. So congratulations, Carsey. Um, 3 wins for the season. You're still the only driver to have won multiple races, so congratulations. Um, how did it go from your point of view? I think it seemed fun.
Oh yeah, it was actually a very fun race. I was happy with my quali lap to be honest, because France is just by far my worst track. I don't know what it is. I just can never seem to catch a flow around here. Just can't stand it. So I was happy with pole. I did hit one of my probably best laps I've ever really hit around here for quali, and I still only pulled by like less than a tenth. And then sprint race, Racing J just has fantastic starts, and he just flies past me every time. So if he's right behind me, I just know that I'll end up second into turn one. There's nothing I can do about it. And then sprint race, he was just so fast. I was just fighting so hard to keep in DRS, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to overtake him. I had some ERS saved up for the last lap to at least try, but I knew that there was no real point. And then I was just very lucky to see him spin, but also I was a little bit disappointed because I would have loved to have seen. A last lap battle between the two of us.
Yeah, yeah,
And the proper race, just more of the same, really. It felt like the same race again. Apart from the wets, he was so fast there. Snake got me. I think I made a mistake in lap one because I had no idea where to brake because it was my first time doing France in the wet with no line. So I was pretty much learning it on lap one of the race.
yeah,
But after that, I sort of got the hang of things. But then I was just stuck behind Snake for like 3 or 4 laps. And then I was finally able to make the move. I kept decent pace with Racing J, but again, he was probably a little bit quicker. And then safety car came out and saved me. And then from then, after that, it was just the sprint race again, basically. Just trying to keep behind him with slightly worse pace, but being right there, keeping the pressure on. And yeah, so I'm happy enough with that, to be honest.
yeah. Yeah, as you summed it up there really. But my second thing I was going to say to you was about Racing J starts. So um, basically, how much are you going to pay him to teach you?
Um, how much do you charge? You can help me with starts in the rain, and then I can help you with the dry. Perfect. Deal.
I'm going to make it my commentary fee for the season. Racing J's got to teach me how to start a race. Um,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
um, well, now congratulations to all three of you. I also wanted to do a shout out to Snake actually because he drove. I think it was his first race tonight, and he drove brilliantly throughout.
He
So
did. He had a fantastic drive.
yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah. Um, so yeah. Other than that, well done to the league really because it's another fantastic race. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that and the sprint races. The sprint race was phenomenal. There was some great racing going on in that. So um, yeah, it's definitely worth to watch. But one retirement in an evening with a sprint race. So that's good going. Uh, Unfortunately, that did cause a safety car. But never mind. I didn't check the settings. I should have checked the settings because I bet they didn't put it on produced again. But never mind. So we
I
just
have
blame
to,
whale and oozers basically. So
I have to cheer for the safety car that time it saved me. So for once, I was happy to say one.
no, um,
Oh, it was your teammate. Wait. Oh,
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Your teammate's Kaza, isn't it?
It was Freeman.
It
No?
was Freeman.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, what am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Freeman. Unfortunately, because he looked very quick early on in the race as well. Um, it's yeah, it's a shame. Um, anyway, guys, as always, every week the figures have been great throughout. So thank you to everybody that's tuned in, and thanks to everybody that watches back. Just seems to keep getting more and more people every week. So thank you ever so much to everybody. Um, we'll be back again next week. Do our usual check the track. I completely forgotten what it is. I always do this. I check before the race, and then by the end, I've forgotten. What was that?
What track is it?
Im-
Oh, my favorite track.
well,
Yes,
I've got Imola
fantastic.
tomorrow
Finally, a
night.
track I like here.
I got Imola tomorrow night in a realistic Williams. Woohoo!
Oh
Um,
dear.
yeah. Uh, so, all right then, guys, come on then, Imola. What do you think? Do you love it?
It's my favorite track, Imola. Well, Japan's probably my favorite, but Imola's my fastest.
Oh, good. Fair enough. You can...
I'm the opposite. The second I see
You
rain, I just
dance.
start crying.
um, just for anybody in the league that is still watching or watches back, if you didn't catch it, Carty just said Imola's his fastest track. So I, whether the rest of us bother turning up next week or we'll just let him race around on his own, we don't. You know.
No, the thing is, I've got a fun fact for you. Imola is my fastest track, and I've never got a podium in any Imola race ever. It always goes really badly wrong in the race. I always
Oh
get
dear.
pole or close to it,
I
and
must
then I
admit,
just something awful happens in the race.
I was because I got it tomorrow night. I was doing some TT around earlier on, Carty, and I was over the moon to do a 15.5, and then I look at the time trial and I think you're on 14.6.
I think it's a 14.5. I think it's a 14.5.
All right, 14.5 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
is
definitely my
disgusting.
fastest.
I know some other
Always
very
has been.
fast guys, but you're still 3 tenths faster than any of them, and that's incredible because they are extremely quick as well. So, yeah, it clearly is your fastest. Um,
Like,
but yeah, anyway, look forward to it. So we'll be back same time next week, 8 p.m. next Tuesday, and we look forward to that one. Thank you again out to everybody that's watched and everybody who watches back. Very much appreciated.